We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
You know we've been working, yeah, we've been working, yeah, we've been. Last night I took my pen and my pencil and took a trip out the universe. Versus sweeter than cinnamon.
Welcome back to the break room. This is a segment brought to you by Rooted with Aisha. I'm Aisha. And this is also a segment that is under the Grounded Bag podcast. So before we begin, welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And also, if you have not already, let me introduce myself. If you haven't already introduced yourself, my name is Aisha Insa. And if you have not already planted roots with me yet, or with us as a community, please make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and comment, and also share. So that way the YouTube multiverse find value in the channel, as well as that you love and you're catching what we're putting down. Most importantly. And also listen to the Grounded Bag podcast on Spotify, because I am going to be publishing content on there that is more in depth, but also talks about specific topics that I know now more than ever we need to really focus on, but also really just have in-depth and candid conversations about. And subscribe to the Substack so that you never miss any updates or latest conversations. And the most important thing that I want you to do right now is sit back, relax, and let's have some fun. Because the breakout room, the break room is not dedicated to just having in-depth conversations. We're also going to be having fun. We're also going to be having real conversations. And we're also going to be getting down because I'm an older Gen Z. I'm not sure if you're a millennial, Gen X, or if you're a Gen Z as well. But at the end of the day, all of that goes out the door because we've been working. Okay? Working. And we need a break. So if this is not your vacation, welcome to my Afrocentric breakout room, and let's get into it. So what's first and what's next on our breakout room discussion is another movie, y'all. Because that's also a good coping skill, is watching a movie, leaning into what's familiar, also speaking to the culture. And we're going to be addressing a lot of stuff on here. So trust me, we're going to be doing some more stuff. But we're going to be talking about the movie You, Me, and Tuscany, that it's already out. It's been released. It's on streaming platforms now, because I know that on YouTube you can buy and rent the movie, and we're going to watch the trailer momentarily. But I also have some thoughts about the fate of rom-coms that consist of Black and brown actors and actresses, but as well as distribution. Is it a theater movie or is it a Netflix and chill movie? But you can still achieve a lot of numbers where people can stay at home versus going out, not meeting your budget and having to make it up in streaming to make both breads come together. But I'll save that for after we see this trailer. So that way, if you're familiar with the movie, comment down below and let me know your experience, because each person has their different experiences. Of course, we love reggae, Jean-Pierre and Halle Bailey. Who doesn't? I've seen their interviews. I'm like, get him, girl. But she's with somebody, and I think he's with somebody. It's messed up with the actors and actresses that look so good together. Yeah, if y'all have not seen their Essence cover and their Essence interview, I'm like, man. Come on. Why can't it work right? It's like watching Pretty Woman and Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. You're like, man, I wish y'all could get married, but she's married. I don't think he's married, but he's been richer. It never really works out the way we want it to, does it? But we'll save that for after the trailer. So let's me go ahead and get the trailer open, and I'm gonna put you all right there so you can see the trailer with me. So let's get into it.
So let me get this straight. You mean some random rich white boy?
He's Italian.
Salute.
So some random rich spicy white boy.
I'm Matteo.
And you think that that's a sign to fly to Italy tonight?
It's not about him. He doesn't even live there anymore. But he told me about his big old villa. Just sitting there.
Empty.
Don't come calling me from no Tuscan jail.
Ciao.
First time to Tuscany?
My first time pretty much anywhere. Hello?
Who leaves an engagement ring in a junk drawer?
What are you doing here? Arresti questa donna!
This is all a really big misunderstanding.
Dio mio! She's marrying Matteo!
Yes! I'm marrying Matteo!
Congratulazioni!
What do I do?
You can pretend to be his fiancé, or you go to prison. Either way, it's very romantic.
Anna, this is Michael, my nephew.
I gotta get out of here. Oh!
Buongiorno. Gabriella wants to give you a tour of the vineyard.
Why?
Aren't you getting married there?
Oh. I used to dream of working in a place like this.
You're a chef. You belong here.
This was fun.
Okay, you pretended to be the white Italian man's fiance, but ended up catching feelings for the black Italian cousin brother? Oh, it's some Shonda Rhimes shit.
It's like you just suddenly turned up out of nowhere.
I gotta tell them the truth.
You got this.
Will your mama be coming?
I don't have.
Una familia?
You do now.
This is too much.
You deserve to live your life the way you want it.
Is that rain?
Oh my God. Okay.
You can eat, pray, and love me, baby.
Matteo, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Girl, I would know. You can eat, pray, love me, baby. Girl, that lady. Come on with it. That was hilarious. Y'all, that even the trailer when I first saw it was amazing. The interviews, the challenges that Reggae and Hallie did, like eating different foods, British food versus American food, the Today Show interviews. I would say, if I can rate it, and then we'll get into the heart of the matter, I would say 10 out of 10 for the promo run. They did that. They sold you so much that I was like, y'all need to get married. We need a sequel. If we get a sequel, they need to be married. They need to probably have maybe 2 or 3 kids. Hopefully they're both single by then and they can really make this official. But that's just me in my head. But what I would say is the promotion of the film, they did that. They did that. If I didn't know them well, and if I didn't know them well as far as their bodies of work, I would have thought that they were like Richard Gere and Julia Roberts as far as our modern day, and us believing that they were actually a couple in the film versus in real life, it's a different story. But what I would honestly say is that the promotion they did well. They sold the movie well, that it made you want to go see it. I'm going to get to the other topics. I would say the story was on point, but I've heard this story before where you travel to another country in hopes of something, and then you really meet a guy, and you lose a loved one, but you find yourself at the same time. The story, I've heard it before in another movie. I forgot what the movie is. What I would say is I loved that even though the story wasn't fully original, because I've heard of that story before, I loved that it was still, it made you feel, you can resonate with it in some ways, because how many of us have lost someone or lost a thing or lost an opportunity, and the only way that you can get over it in some ways, or not get over it if you lose someone, but start the healing process is by taking a risk and you pray that it works. I would say that I love this story and that it made me feel as if I was in Italy. It made me feel as if I was doing weight but not gaining weight, because all of that food, you see, I can't travel to a country and the food is that good and not eat. I can't be like, let me just have a little appetizer. Oh no, I want you to supersize it for me, baby, with my hot sauce in my bag, because I love me some hot sauce and I'll put it on it. Italian pizza. A fettuccine alfredo. My God, with some black truffle. Jesus, take the wheel. You see? You see why you can't take me anywhere and me not start talking about other things? But I would honestly say that I love the element that it gave, where I felt like now more than ever, where traveling sometimes can be restrictive because we know what's going on. I'm not going to bring that up here because we're leaving that outside. But what I do love is that it made you feel as if you were traveling, that you were transported into another place. But let me get down to the real. Do you think that this movie was set up to fail in putting it in theaters, knowing, even if they didn't know, but possibly knowing that the Michael Jackson biopic was on its heel? That wasn't a good idea, because I'm not sure if you saw that movie with Charlize Theron, Apex. That movie was giving theater movie, but they put it on Netflix. And the story was very good, similar to losing a loved one, but you find fearlessness in survival, and you're transformed after that. For if you don't change after that, then so I would say that there's a lot of movies that are coming out on Netflix that are like, could have possibly been in theaters, but they read the room and they know that this is a different climate, and many individuals are choosing gas over eating out, or they're trying to cook, or they're burning food but they're trying, or they're going on streaming and just waiting for things to come on streaming versus going in person. And I would honestly say that the rom-coms that I'm familiar with, like back when they were coming out, like Something New with Sanaa Lathan, Jennifer Lopez, she is the rom-com goddess. Come on, The Wedding Planner, The Backup Plan. You also have Shall We Dance? You also have Monster in Law. You also have Marry Me. That was pretty good. And then the recent rom-com that she did, it's just, she has a level of vulnerability that just makes you want to protect her, that also makes you want to love her, but also makes you want to watch the movie in theaters, or possibly take that risk and go to the theaters. For Halle, in speaking to her, I would say there was an element where I saw innocence. I also felt the same feeling of, oh my God, we got to protect her. She's going to this foreign country that she's not native to, doesn't know. She showed you a picture of a villa, but that could have been a lie. So it was many elements to that. But I would say as she continues to act in other roles that pushes her to a limit of serious acting, where you actually see pull back layers, because I'm not sure if you saw that music video, Because I Love You, where she essentially played two people. She played a girlfriend of a guy and a dancer who that same guy was watching. She has this duality that she can go there. So I'm not going to discredit her on this channel. Absolutely not. Halle can go there. She just needs that right role to push her all the way. So I would say they both did an amazing job with the screenplay, giving each character the respect that it deserved, and giving that vulnerability. What I would say to the studio, because they did not make their budget. They did not make their budget the way that they should have. So if I do some digging, You, Me, and Tuscany budget. The budget for You, Me, and Tuscany, the budget You, Me, and Tuscany was made on an estimated production budget of 18 million. Distributed by Universal Pictures, the film required approximately 45 million globally to break even, but concluded its theatrical run with a worldwide gross of 21.6 million. So, if we're doing the math, because different sources say 22 million, but if we're just doing the math, it didn't make its budget. So that's why the theater route for some movies like this, even now, especially for rom-coms, they're better off putting it on Netflix and chill or HBO. Make it a big production. Because there's a lot of series and movies that are coming to HBO that are on there that still get recognized at the Critics' Choice, that still gets recognized on global platforms. So I don't see why they shouldn't have played this movie on a Netflix or an HBO. Because for either services, depending on it, you have to pay. So either way, you're still going to break even in some ways, because there's a movie that my mom watched, Ruth and Boaz, but it's a re-adaptation. And Devon Franklin did that movie in conjunction with the Tyler Perry production. But I will say all of this to say that I strongly believe that Yumi and Tuscany was set up to fail. Production was poured into it. The movie, they didn't do anything wrong as far as the promotion, the production, pouring all the money to the film. But I think they should have placed it on streaming. That would have given it even more chances to gross all of the viewership, all of the earnings that they need to make the money back. And because it's right now on YouTube where you can buy and rent it. And more likely it's on other streaming platforms like Amazon Prime. But my thing is, it was set up to fail because the Michael Jackson movie was literally on its heels. So it didn't even have a chance to really make an impact, because that's Michael Jackson. Say what y'all want. That's Michael Jackson, and people are going to put their butts in seats globally and domestically. So this does not say that rom-coms don't make sense anymore, because it does. I felt like I was traveling and leaving the United States. I felt like I was virtually, vicariously living through her, not getting the calories of the food and reggae honey. Okay. But what I would say is that I strongly believe that they were set up to fail because of how the film was distributed. Theater is amazing, but we're living in different times now. We were already living in different times when Sinners came out, but it's not as different as it is now. Now it's different, girl. It's different. It's different. When Sinners came out, it was somewhat different. It was still different, but it was somewhat different. Now it's all the way different. All the way. Where you're having to conserve energy, gas, what do I choose? Rent or property tax. Life is lifing. So I honestly think that more production companies need to start to get smart. Produce good quality of work, put it on Netflix or HBO. Or offer it available for people to actually pay for it and make your money back. Because that movie, I think it was with Method Man and Kelly Rowland, that was on Amazon Prime. People paid for it, people bought it, or I believe it was available to watch without you having to pay for it. Either way, it was on streaming, but we saw commercials. So I say all of this to say Yumi and Tuscany is an amazing movie. I'm going to definitely fully commit to watching it fully and really taking it in, but I wanted to wait till all of the hype died down, and after watching the interviews and being in La La Land, it gave me a La La Land effect where you love the character so much that it made you forget that they're not even together in real life. But I would say Yumi and Tuscany was set up for failure in terms of distribution. It should have been on streaming, because now they had to put it on streaming to make their money back. So what they did last, they should have did first. And this does not say that rom-coms don't make any sense, because future rom-coms with all individuals of color should be on streaming, Because a rom-com is a feel-good thing. You invite your girls over, get your wine, or get your non-alcoholic beverages if you don't drink, and get your snacks. Be able to go to the bathroom when you want to go to the bathroom, and be in your pajamas, have yourself a little ponderosa, be comfortable. So I think that they should put more rom-coms in streaming platforms. HBO, Prime, Netflix, YouTube. Give you an opportunity, because at the end of the day, they're going to make their money back. They're going to, because we love Halle and we love reggae, honey. Yes. So for those reasons, they should have put it on streaming, made it accessible, so that way, even though people are watching the Michael Jackson movie, we could still watch You, Me, and Tuscany in the comforts of our own home and be able to not wear makeup and dress as if we're in Tuscany. Sometimes we want to dress as if we are at home where bills are being paid, and we want to sit at home and watch this movie in peace and not have to worry about someone going in and out the door. And not to mention the condiments have gone up. The quality has dropped, because back in the day when we used to be, my family and I were heavy movie connoisseurs, we saw the decline in the condiments now. We saw the decline because we have 2 dogs now, so we can't just leave them at home. Our dogs, they don't operate that way. And we got them during the pandemic and post-pandemic, and we're not doing that. So if we go to the movies, half go, half stay. The other half go, the other half that went can stay. So, and that, I think that's fair, but it also ensures that our dogs don't feel as if we just left them. And as they get older, they're going to more likely feel comfortable with just like, okay, I'll see you later. But for now, they're woke. So for those reasons, we stay or go. Was You, Me, and Tuscany set up for failure? Yes. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, because I really want to know your thoughts on this. Do you feel that rom-coms are more viable to survive on streaming platforms? Because that new rom-com with Jennifer Lopez, I have nothing against J-Lo, but that's not Monster-in-Law. That's not Wedding Planner. Happy for you, boo, but that needs to be on Netflix or HBO or Prime. I'm not going to see that. I'm sorry. It's like the spark for rom-coms has dwindled in some ways. You, Me, and Tuscany has a spark. The problem was it was just not distributed well. I think that more rom-com should consist of youthful and younger individuals who are going to bring a new reimagined story to fruition. And I'm not saying that individuals who are mature in age or seasoned can't offer any value. But what I mean is I'm tired of the same recycled story. Oh, she's a boss, she wants a man, but she has a list, a requirement list, which having standards, there's nothing wrong with that. So I would honestly say that we need more fresh stories, untold stories. We need more of that. And because Tara McMillan is still killing it out here, y'all, for Lifetime. She stole some movies that one had Megan Gunn in it, the other one had Garvey Bouvoy. So at the end of the day, Tara McMillan is still out here killing it, waiting to exhale. They still out here killing it. So just know they out here, and that's not in theaters. It's on Lifetime, accessible. If you have the channel, get it, girl, get it. If you don't, you have the Lifetime Movie Plus. You got to pay, but you're not going to lose, because Lifetime has a whole lot of shows, older shows that we're familiar with, movies. It's a win-win situation. But I hope that this breakout room was something that you were able to jive to. And most importantly speaking, thank you so much for your support, because support still exists, y'all. Even if we feel burnt out and tired, support still exists. We're here together. So comment. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you're appreciating these breakout rooms and enjoying the laughter as well as the reactions, because I got more coming at you. And in addition to that, take what resonates with you today. Move gently with yourself from here. And I'm your host, Aisha Ansah. And until next time, be kind to your mind. Keep choosing yourself and allowing yourself to blossom and evolve. And thank you so much for taking this moment with me at this time. And I'll see you all in another episode. And please listen, if you want to just give my other playlist to check out too, holla at your girl in those videos, as well as like, share, and comment. Follow me on TikTok, Rita with Aisha, X Rita with Aisha, and I typically place all of those links in the description box. If I forgot to mention that in previous videos, my apologies. But I have them in the description box that we were able to go in there, like, follow. And I also post a lot of shorts. Some are funny, some are serious, and some are just self-care. So I do hope that you're able to get into those too. So until next time, you take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and we got to get back to work, y'all, because we've been working. Yeah, we've been
all day. Girl, nothing, sitting up here watching TV.
Ah, where your sorry husband at?
What?
Where your sorry husband at?